did what I asked, and it's terrible.
Yeah, but I condone this guy's actions. I've wanted to pepper spray a few too. I'm obviously not a psycho like this guy. But.
Sometimes you gotta pepper spray a bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of the ScruffCast. I'm John.
And I'm Dan.
And I'm Anthony.
Oh!
Special guest this week, Anthony returning. You may remember he was on the podcast.
Episode 21? Or maybe
Episode
16?
Episode like 15, 16, Deep Dishin'.
Deep Dishin'. That's before I went to Chicago.
Yes.
That's what it was.
He's back.
And I'm
And
glad
so are
to
we.
be back.
Yes, he's very excited. He's been telling us all about how much he loves the ScruffCast. And he's listened to every episode multiple times over. Super fan. So we're back again with another episode this week. Hard to believe it's been 33 already, and you guys are still listening. But here we are.
But not emailing in, unfortunately.
Yes. Although, to be fair, we are recording this one day earlier than normal.
We are.
In account of our special guest. So I'm going to assume all the emails will be flooding in tomorrow. And we won't have them.
And they'll all be too late.
Yeah, it'll be too late. So you may remember that we start off every podcast with the question to ponder.
Ooh.
So last week's question, it was a little more involved. I feel like our question to ponders have been getting like more scenarios to ponder these days. But last week's question to ponder was, if you could choose any movie or movie series or TV show to remake, or like have it professionally remade, and you could play any part in its creation, right? Like you could be an actor in the movie, or maybe you want to be the director or the writer or whatever. What movie or TV series would you choose to remake, and then what part would you want in it?
Okay. You want to kick it off?
All right, so I had a couple different ones.
Is it going to be Seinfeld?
No, you can't remake Seinfeld. Don't be ridiculous.
All right. Just because that's your go-to on everything is Seinfeld.
That's not true. I've only had Seinfeld-related answers like 2 or 3 times, which is like
2 or 3 times in the
Yeah.
5 times we've done Question to Ponder.
So one of my thoughts was like, what about a remake of Beverly Hills Ninja? Like modernized for the new age. Now, would I play the ninja? I don't think so.
No.
I'd be like Chris Rock in the original one.
Okay.
And
Would you blackface?
No, I was actually going to do a flip, so I'll make the ninja black this time.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll be...
Oh, so you're
Chris Rock.
you're rewriting it. So you're making it a more inclusive Beverly Hills Ninja with a strong leading black male actor.
Yeah. Who would be the actor? Terry Crews. He'll be my Beverly Hills Ninja.
Oh.
He is a
okay.
strong black man.
He is a very strong
Yes.
black man. I like that one.
And I'll just be the comedic relief. So
Okay.
that's my pick. What about you?
I think just because I've been watching this TV show again recently is How I Met Your Mother. I would be Barney Stinson. I'd leave everything else the same, but I would just want to play that role.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, he's a funny character, so I'd probably just do that. That'd be fun. Although Neil Patrick Harris does such a good job. But
He does.
I'm coming through.
All right. Step aside, Neil. All right.
Anthony,
what
what
about
you
you,
got?
Anthony? Do you have an answer for our question?
I'd do Wolf of Wall Street. I'd be Jordan Belfort, so I'd kick out Leonardo DiCaprio. He'd do another role. But I would just do that. I'd make it as realistic as possible and just get coked out of my mind. The movie would be terrible, but it would be a good time. You know,
Why don't you be Jonah Hill in it, and then you get to act with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would work too. I'd do that.
Imagine the budget on the remake if you're using real Coke. All right. So, listeners, if you have answers for the questions to ponder, you know how to reach us. ScruffCast@gmail.com. Twitter at ScruffCast.
YouTube? Leave a
YouTube.
comment.
If you're watching on YouTube
Search
right now,
ScruffCast.
search ScruffCast. Give us a little thumb up. Just answer the question to ponder in your comment. You know, maybe you can say, "Oh, you guys are so good at podcasts." You know, John, you do such a good job on the thumbnails. Praise us. We want to hear it. Or you can even follow us on Instagram at the ScruffCast. We don't post much because you guys aren't following, so you gotta step your game up.
And we'll step ours up.
Yes, a mutual step up. Step up those movies. I don't think
Would
they
you
could be.
recreate those?
No, I would just go back in time and make them not exist.
Oh, you know what? I take everything back. I take it all back. I wouldn't do How I Met Your Mother. I would be John Travolta in Grease.
That's a good
yeah,
pick.
that's the one I would pick.
That'd be
Okay,
right.
that's what I want right there.
All right, that's a good one. All right, on to this week's articles. You may remember last week we talked about some entitled Tinder Biddy.
I believe she was Jabroni of the Week.
Oh, she was Jabroni of the Week,
Yeah.
yes. Actually, was she Jabroni of the Week, or wasn't it the ladies at McDonald's?
Oh,
you ain't full bust up.
You ain't full bust up.
Yeah, well, we're keeping our accents away this time. But, anyways, this one was Jabroni of the Week material. Basically, she invited like a mass group of like 30 guys.
Yeah, explain it to Anthony because he missed last
Yeah.
week's episode, unfortunately.
Yeah, my internet was down. I couldn't.
Down for a whole week, apparently.
Episode 32, I didn't get to listen to. So
Okay, so the whole thing of the story is recap it for the listeners too.
Yeah, so there was this woman, and she invited like a mass group of men without any of them knowing on a date on
It was
Tinder, right?
So she contacted like 1,000 different guys, whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Contacted them on Twitter. Oh, let's go on a date. Sent them all the exact same message. So they showed up at the exact same place at the exact same time. So
And it was like some DJ event
yeah,
in New York City.
And then she said we'll meet there and then we'll head out for drinks. So once they got there, the DJ got off stage and she got on stage and was like, "So I'm here and I invite you all so you can kind of fight for me, fight for a date with me in a sense, right?"
yeah,
So we have ourselves a bit of an update on this story because that's kind of all we knew at the time. We
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
like what happened afterwards, whatever, right? This what we read was just like an account from one guy who was there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just kind of basically was like, "Man, listen to this crazy thing I went through," right?
yeah, and he just left. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm not dealing with this."
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's how we left things last week, and then this week the truth was revealed. So it turns out it was all a ruse. It was all an elaborate ruse. The woman tricked a bunch of men on Tinder into a fake date and says she did it as social commentary on modern dating.
Like, I just want to stop. There's nothing I hate more than seeing those videos on YouTube, like, "Oh, social experiment," and they'll like go and like pretend to rob somebody, and then like the people get mad. It's like, "Oh no, it was just a social experiment to see what you would
Yeah.
do getting robbed." Like, get out of here! It's not like it's a prank. It's not a
Yeah.
social experiment. Don't try to soften it by saying that.
That's exactly it. If somebody like came over and they like smoked you right in the kidney with a bat, and they're like, "Just a social experiment."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch his hands.
Yeah. "Oh, I'm homeless. Give me some money on the street." "Ah, it was just a prank." "Oh, got my money back?" "No, it was a social
that's like
experiment."
when they have the bikes and they attach it to the wire to see if someone steals the bike. Then it's like tied to a tree. Let's say they steal the bike and they go downhill and the bike just stops and the guy goes flying.
Jesus Christ, I've never seen that
You
before.
haven't seen those? Yeah. And they run over and they're like, "Oh, you tried to steal the bike," but it's like that could have been some homeless guy that was
Just
he
trying
looked
to
at
get
that as
himself
an
a bike.
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is my chance to go and get groceries, and then they just threw it in his face.
Grocery stores very far apart in New Brunswick. That's why I say that. Need a bike at least to get there.
Or anything, but
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though. I've never seen that. That's
no,
crazy.
it's,
But
it's
there's
pretty
there's a
dead.
lot of these like social experiments.
Well, did you ever see? I think we might have talked about it on the podcast one time before that show. What was it, like bait car or like trap car, where they would take a car and like leave it running and keep the door open, park it in a parking lot in like a sketchy area of town, and wait for it to get stolen, and then it was like a sting operation by the police, right? And it was a TV show. So once the person stole the car and started driving down the street, they could remotely control it, the police, and then shut the engine off and then lock the doors so the person can't get out. So it's like locked from the outside in. And then the person gets busted, right?
It's kind of messed up because like I get it, those people are they're committing a crime, but at the same time you're baiting them into
Yeah,
these
it's
situations,
a big
right?
setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like leaving a bunch of cake out for like a fatty, right? I'm going to eat that cake.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to those fatties later.
Oh, we will.
Anyway, let's move on here.
Anyways, well, I actually have an article that talks more about the details of this Tinder thing.
Let's hear it.
All right. So this comes from abcnews.go.com. The woman whose fake Tinder date with dozens of men became a group competition and later went viral says the stunt was actually a social experiment. Natasha Aponte, the woman who lured the would-be dates to a park in New York City last week, and Rob Bliss, the creative director behind the project. Creative director, okay.
Yeah, give me a break.
Told Good Morning America, so they actually interviewed a GMA here, told Good Morning America Thursday that the ruse had been in the works for 2 years.
Man, my ass.
What?
It takes.
What would
it
it take?
takes 3 weeks to put this together at most, and that's
Yeah.
just messaging people.
I mean, look at the quality production we put on with only 1 week preparation each week.
Yeah.
Come on. So the creative director went on to say, the purpose of making this video was to simply take the Tinder experience and bring it into the real world. These people sound like they're a little...
As if that is not already a thing.
They sound...
Tinder is in the real world.
They sound like a little like they're up their own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aponte messaged dozens of men on Tinder and eventually asked them all to meet her at Manhattan's Union Square Park on Sunday. When they arrived, she jumped out on stage, delivered a speech, asked them to compete for the date. While many of the men went home, a few stayed to partake in the competition.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd all walk away.
Yeah, I know.
So Bliss, who's behind several other recent viral video campaigns, said the extreme competition-style date provided a great insight into dating habits in the 21st century. It's kind of become socially acceptable to like disqualify people and say like, you have to be X height, you have to work X job, he said, comparing it to Aponte's own disqualifying list for the potential suitors. This project proved that doesn't matter at the end of the day. I don't think this project proved anything.
No.
Some outside commenters took issue with the real-life dating game, shared their opinions on social media, while a few men who participated seemed to have hurt feelings and bruised egos. So that same guy who we told read his Twitter thread last week, Bived High, said, "I trust no one. I trust nothing anymore. Vanity will be the demise of human civilization. Don't get got." At the end.
It's funny. So I have another article here and a quote from her. So she's like, right now she's playing the victim.
Yeah.
That's kind of where she's at, right? So she's kind of saying, like, I'm taking all the hits right now, you know, blah, blah, whatever. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
look what you did, right? So here, there's a good quote here. I think it's the Bliss, Rob Bliss, the guy who, like,
the creative director guy.
Creative director. So he says, it's kind of become socially acceptable to, like, disqualify people and say, like, and all these likes are in there. I'm not adding these myself. You have to be X height or you have to work X job. And then it kind of goes on to say, like, just because someone doesn't check off every box on what we find attractive doesn't mean they aren't. It's absurd. It's absurd, isn't it, to judge people by such petty things like wearing khakis? Apparently she told them, like, oh, you can't wear khakis if you want to date.
Oh, okay. I thought it was coming out of nowhere. And I was like, what's this guy have against khakis?
Yeah, but what's funny is, like, he says, like, oh, you know, we shouldn't be judging people by their height and this and that. But, like, if you want to date somebody, you're allowed to date whoever you want.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Yeah.
You're allowed to break it down to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Sure,
I mean?
yeah.
So, I think like Tinder. Why not? Like there's like, I don't know. It's just mind blowing. Like, when you want to date somebody, you want to find the qualities that you like. Or if you don't like tall people, right? Don't date a tall person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
like
what are you going to do? Go out and
You don't
find
like
someone who's
fatties?
like...
Don't date a fat
And
person.
you're not asking those people to change. It's just you're finding the one that suits.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not saying like, oh, you're no good. It's just, oh, you're not for me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. Someone else will say yes to that.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Like, be a charity case and go out and be like, I'm going to pick a fatty because I've been dating all these skinny minis and those poor fatties need loving too.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, this is just garbage. Oh, it's a social experiment to show how bad Tinder is. Because, like, it's not. People have to choose whoever they want.
Exactly.
Like, it's so ridiculous. Isn't it absurd that we think that way? No, it's really not. We should all be thinking
Oh
that
yeah,
way.
for sure.
Yeah,
We
like
should all be selective. Like
think like 100,000 years ago, right? The early days of humanity. Mm-hmm. You think they were being like, oh, I'm not going to go for the guy doing all the hunting. I'm going to go for the weak, frail guy over there.
No,
No, the weak, frail
doing
guy,
hunting.
he just gets left behind from the group and gets like scavenged by coyotes.
Exactly, yeah.
Or I guess hyenas or whatever back then. But yeah. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Moving on to another story where people handle things in absurd ways. A man went for a haircut, right? You know, you go for a haircut every, like, let's say 4 weeks, 6 weeks or so. It's natural. Sometimes you get a shitty haircut, right? It kind of sucks. Well, a Bremen man hated his haircut so much, he returned for revenge. And is now facing explosive charges for what police found in his apartment.
Oh, okay.
A 34-year-old man in Germany was so upset by the quality of his haircut that he attacked a hairdresser with pepper spray, police said on Thursday. The unnamed man had his haircut at a hairdressing salon in the North German city of Bremen on Wednesday. He was unhappy with the haircut but reluctantly settled the bill, police said. He returned a short time later and attacked the 52-year-old hairdresser with pepper spray, according to police report. He then pulled the middle finger and fled the scene. A 23-year-old employee was also injured in the incident. He was arrested shortly afterwards at Bremen Station, and the man is now under investigation for dangerous assault and violation of the Explosives Act due to an unauthorized firecracker being discovered during an investigation on Wednesday.
Oh, that's like so unrelated.
Yeah.
The fire Oh, but we have a little more details though. The firecracker reportedly originated from Poland, where Germans sometimes shop for fireworks that are significantly more powerful than what is allowed in Germany.
Okay.
No, that's the end of the article there. But
You know what? I've had a few haircuts that bad that I've also wanted to go back and pepper spray them. I've never acted on it.
well, but the thing is,
I've had them.
Yeah, that is true.
this guy went for the haircut, and he was like, "Oh, look at this shitty haircut," right? He was like, reluctantly settled the bill, and then left, got pepper spray, and then drove back. So, like, he's thinking about it. Right, the whole time.
Yeah.
It's one thing to, like, just get mad and be like, like, go back here and whoop their ass or something.
I'm never
But, like,
going back there. That's it.
Yeah, but, like, you're never...
like, brew and, like...
Yeah, he was stewing on
plot
it.
out what he was going to do.
That's the thing. He couldn't, like, if it was, like, just heat of the moment, just, and did it,
Yeah.
then whatever.
Yeah,
But
he had it on.
he went
I'm like,
home, thought about it a
yeah.
little bit. He's like, I'm going to get my pepper spray. I'm going back there.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her. This old bag.
Could you...
She's not old. She's only 52.
No.
But
But could you imagine, you give a hair... Like, I can imagine being a haircutter is already stress... you're stressing because you're like, I don't want to mess up this person's hair.
I would like to see how bad the haircut is.
I know,
Because if it is
there was
really
no-
bad, then you might be able to look and be like, okay, well, maybe.
Right.
If it's that
all
bad,
right,
then...
it was bad.
I'll give him a pass, right? But unfortunately, there's no picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had time to stew on it and then go back. I can't imagine being this lady. You're like, oh shit, oh man. And then you're thinking about that bad haircut. You're like, ugh.
You know what?
On to the next one.
I've gotten haircuts like where I swear the hairdressers aren't even paying attention. They're just like talking to someone else beside them. And they just butcher the haircut. It's like,
Lady, I gotta live with this on my head for weeks now.
It's like you should be able to walk out of the be like, I'm not paying for this. This is garbage.
Yeah.
There should be some sort of like guaranteed or like satisfaction guarantee or something.
And my haircut is it's the classic white guy haircut.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just, a little short on the sides of the back, a little longer on top.
I'm not
It is
asking
the
for a
classic
fade.
white guy. That's it.
I'm not asking for a fade or get the ScruffCast logo etched in the side.
Very simple haircut. That's it.
Yeah. Just, a little off the top, shorten it on the sides. Make me look a little presentable.
There was one time I got a haircut that was so bad. It was like, so like the sides and the back were cut really short, like a 1 or almost a 0.
Ooh.
And she didn't know how to fade it properly, so it was like it looked like a line that went around my head, and then with like a little tiny bit piece of hair on top.
Like that guy off Robin Hood?
Yeah, it was so bad I had to shave it. I came home and just shaved the
Oh,
rest
boy.
of my head.
Like a couple of weeks ago, I decided I want to get a faux hawk. And it was just, I sat in the car and it was like, I was feeling young that day. And I was like, I want to get a faux hawk. I want to get this going. And I sat and I looked in the rear view mirror. I looked at myself. I was like, this is the most awful thing I've ever done. And I immediately went back in there. I was like, you need to fix it.
Really?
Yeah, it was my fault. I wanted that, but it was
You're
just
like,
terrible.
yeah, I don't like this actually.
I misjudged. At least you had the the coherence to go back in and be like, I need to remedy this situation
Yeah, this was my
immediately.
own
This
fault.
is no bueno.
You did what I asked and it was terrible.
Yeah, but I condone this guy's actions. I've wanted to pepper spray a few too. I'm obviously not a
Sometimes
psycho
you-
like this guy, but
Sometimes you got to pepper spray a bitch.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
sometimes you gotta get on.
I'm sure that this lady will probably be very careful on her future haircuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. On to the next story here. We're talking about one of our favorite subjects on the ScruffCast, fatties.
Ooh.
So this actually comes from a Canadian news source, CBC.ca. It's not right. Shoppers angry.
Yeah, I want to stop you right there. Like, I just love it when these articles start off with that. It's not right.
Right.
Oh, shut up.
That's like the ScruffCast calling card. If I see "it's not right" starting at the headline, I'm like,
Boom,
"Ooh,
it's in."
Taking it for the list. It's not right. Shoppers angry over Walmart charging more for plus-sized clothing. Walmart Canada says larger clothes can be more costly to make. Walmart Canada is facing criticism. Oh, that was a little byline there. More costly to make. Yeah. Walmart Canada is facing criticism for charging more for plus-size clothing, a policy some customers consider an unjust fat tax. It's unacceptable, said Walmart shopper Shannon Mozak of Edmonton, who sometimes buy plus sizes. It's a form of shaming people.
Oh my God.
Walmart and some other retailers mark up their plus-size clothing with the justification that bigger sizes cost more to produce. They also charge a single lower price for a wide range of standard sizes from extra small to extra large, leading many plus-size shoppers to question why only they must pay more.
Well, Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. It's not right. Oh, same person, different person, same quote. It's not right, says Michaela Duchesne, who wasn't aware she was paying more for Walmart's plus sizes until an in-store sales sign revealed a price difference. Posted this month at a Sydney, Nova Scotia location where she shops. The sign advertised George brand women's t-shirts for $9.97, but started 1X to 3X plus sizes, costing $2 more. An increase of 20%.
Ooh.
A check of Walmart Canada's website found that women's plus-size clothing items made by George, a brand exclusive to the Walmart chain, cost between 10 and 30% more than the exact same items in regular sizes, which include extra, extra large. So you're getting to the higher end of the spectrum here,
but
right?
this seems fairly obvious. The more material you use, the more it's going to cost.
It costs
right?
more to make.
But we ordered some T-shirts for the golf trip we went on.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, off of Vistaprint.
Yeah.
And on that website, I think it was a double XL and up. It was $2 more per shirt. And I was kind of just it's a bigger shirt, more material.
That's true. I have actually, I have
Makes
actually
sense.
seen that before. Specifically, looking at when you buy T-shirts online, but
Yeah.
I've never seen it in an actual store, right?
Right.
So apparently, this also happens in the U.S. Walmart U.S. also charges more for George brand plus sizes, but not all the retailers follow that policy. Canadian clothing chains Joe Fresh and Reitmans charge the same price for both plus and regular sizes. A policy Duchesne applauds. I hate that word too. Applauds. It's yes, queen.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Slay.
Slay. You charge those regular sizes for us, chunky monkeys. There should either be one price for everything, or every single size should be a different price, she said. Okay, so it goes on to say more, but before we get to that part, I kind of want to say so what do you think, right? Because I feel if they were the smaller the size, the less you pay, then they'd be you're fat shaming us. I'm a large and I gotta squeeze in a medium, so I'm paying less.
Yeah, you'd see
know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of fat people with a lot smaller shirts. That's for sure.
Because, oh man,
I can kind of see where they're coming from because all the other sizes are the same price, but
I think it's just
it
working.
does cost more to make,
Yeah.
so that's why.
I think it's just working on averages, right? Okay, let's go from extra small to large. We'll average the price of all that material and make a price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now from XL to triple XL, we'll average that price and make a price for those ones. That's all it really is.
that makes sense, but I also think how many of the shirts are in the extra large to triple extra large category, right?
So is
probably
plus
less
size,
being
is
sold.
Plus size after
Yeah.
triple XL.
No, I think plus
that?
size is just after extra large.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
yeah,
you have extra small, small, medium, large, extra
I feel
large.
like they only use
everything
that term
after
for
that.
women. I don't think they really use that term for men. Plus size.
Well,
clothing for
men
don't
men don't get their feelings hurt
That's
over
true.
I'm a plus size man and I'm beautiful,
Oh no.
right? No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that. It is a little weird though. They justify it by saying it costs more to make those, when it's well, it costs more to make large than medium, and medium than extra small.
But yeah,
But
you have a point with and the average person, the average size person falls between small and extra large.
Yeah,
let's say. So
for sure.
they're going out of their way to clothe really fat people. I won't drop F-bombs here, but really
whatever.
out of shape people here.
The ScruffCast, a respectable podcast.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it obviously costs more money, so I agree with
It only makes sense.
yeah, exactly.
It does.
This is just a business decision. That's all it is. It's not about fat shaming. It's not about anything.
But here's where it gets interesting. So the second part of the article goes on to say, men's large costs less. So Mozak in Edmonton also takes issue with Walmart's pricing policy. When trying on different sizes of a George jacket last month, she noticed the 1X plus size priced at $25 cost $5 more than the regular sizes. So she ended up buying the exact same jacket in men's large, which felt slightly roomier than the woman's 1X plus size, but to her surprise, it was $5 cheaper. So the same amount of, there's a quote from her, the same amount of fabrics being used to make men's clothing, and they aren't charging them more for it, she said.
Oh, Jesus.
So now it actually gets a little interesting. That's kind of why I wanted to get the take on it first, right, before we got into this part.
yeah.
Because now it's if you use the same justification, how come the men's jackets, right, don't cost more?
Okay, you know what this all just comes down to? They're a business and they can charge whatever they want to charge for anything. And guess what? You don't have to go shop there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
no,
shop somewhere
definitely
else
not.
If you don't like their prices. You don't like it? Oh, we're ridiculous. We shouldn't be charged this. Then fucking go get your
You're
clothes
buying
somewhere else.
shirts at Walmart. Your life has gone downhill. Don't complain about that. It costs 20% more. A t-shirt's $10 at Walmart.
You know what? Take yourself to the gym and you can start fitting in those smaller sizes.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this quite a few times on the
And
podcast.
we're not tiny guys either. We're not,
but
the product of fitness here. But
definitely not.
come on, I'm not complaining.
Me either.
And I didn't mind that argument until she said, "Well, why aren't men paying more for theirs? Like, just stick to the extra or the plus sizes should be less. Don't go and attack everybody else."
Yeah, now she's coming
Exactly.
after men.
Yeah, so
It's like,
that's
whoa, hey, what did we do here?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a fat guy trying to buy jackets at Walmart. So then another quote from the same woman here says, "Why are plus-size women paying a tax for their clothing?" Okay. Walmart Canada also charges more for George men's plus-size clothing compared to regular sizes. The retail giant said it charges extra for plus sizes because they can be more costly to make. So CBC News, they did a little bit of sleuthing. They asked the retailer why it charges the same price for a woman's item in an extra small and an extra extra large, but raises the price for a 1X plus size, which has similar measurements compared to the regular sized XXL. So Walmart replied that it generally prices clothing based on the average cost of a series of sizes, such as extra small to extra large. You nailed it, Dan.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they said. We hadn't even read this far into the article.
I know.
Way to go, Dan.
Thank you.
A size extra small and extra large may not have the same production cost, but will have the same retail price, Walmart spokesperson said. The same rule applies to the retailer's 1X through 4X plus sizes, which are grouped separately. You nailed it again.
Just averaged out. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Like it's not that big
So,
a deal.
Walmart is now exploring ways to reduce the extra costs involved in making plus-size clothing to lower their retail price. Oh, give me a break. So the next little byline here, sending a negative message.
My God.
Just face in the palm. One of those, Ugh. Professor of fashion Ben Barry
That's
said,
that's not a
I swear,
profession.
it's coming to us from CBC News. I'm not making it up. Professor of fashion Ben Barry said when manufacturers produce clothing on a mass scale, the cost difference for larger items is negligible. It really doesn't have a significant impact on your bottom line, he said, because you're ordering materials in such large quantities. He also warns that retailers charging more for plus sizes could wind up paying a higher price if customers take offense. Customers take offense about everything these days.
This is Walmart. These people could be upset about it. They're still going to turn around and buy that shirt.
Yeah.
And then they're going to stop at the McDonald's they have built in.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. They have the McDonald's built into Walmart.
Yeah.
Dude, it's all a scheme. Walmart got the McDonald's in there to get you fatter so you buy the more expensive plus-size clothing.
That's true.
And we just figured it out.
Genius.
This is like a Walmart
Genius.
expose on the ScruffCast. So he goes on to say, you're sending such a negative message to plus-size women that you're going to lose that consumer base, says Barry, who chairs Ryerson University's School of Fashion.
Maybe it's time for the plus-size women to have a negative message sent their way.
Yeah.
Shape
Maybe.
up,
You better slim down.
I'm not trying to be obnoxious or rude.
Dan,
here, but
this is just like the fatty patty. You're being fat phobic.
I know. But you know what I mean? It's good for everybody to be healthy. And but also it's, if you want to be fat, that's cool too. But don't be complaining to everybody else about you being fat.
Yeah.
And how it's unfair for you that you're fat, because you can change that.
Well, you
Easily
can.
change- not easily, but it's
You can,
changeable.
and I understand there are rare cases where there's medical conditions and stuff. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
of
blah.
course, yeah.
But that's the exception, not the rule.
Yes.
But then don't attack other people saying theirs should be more expensive.
And here's the thing: it's
Try to
like
get yours down.
Yeah,
Don't.
it's like it's like you said, it's like a business. They can charge whatever you want. If you
Yeah.
don't like it, you can be like, "That's it. I'm not buying from Walmart anymore."
Yeah.
Imagine, let's say, they sold beer at Walmart, right? And you're like, "Whoa, why do they charge $1 extra per beer here compared to the beer store?" Oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop buying your beer at Walmart.
I'll just go to the beer store.
Yeah, screw you, Walmart.
I'm not gonna be like, you should lower your prices,
Yeah.
Walmart.
So you look for some, fat-friendly stores.
Get my pixie haircut going. Yeah.
You gotta lower
Speak
those
to your
beer
manager.
prices. Yeah. So apparently, the article goes on to point out other similar scenarios where it says, in 2014, Old Navy made news following a petition protesting their policy of charging extra for women's plus sizes, but not for men's plus sizes. So then Walmart or CBC reached out to them. So then Old Navy's got to be like, "Oh, why are you digging up this crap on us now?" And so they had to respond in their email and say that the women's plus sizes are a specialty line, which includes special fabric and curve flattering elements. That's excellent marketing right there.
Gee, yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Nevertheless, the retailer said it's narrowing the price gap. Eventually plans to charge one price for all sizes. Then there's a picture of the woman here who's complaining about the fat clothing and standing in front of the coast in Nova Scotia. It's like, if I'm this woman, I don't want my picture in the article. But
You know what's funny is I think they should all just be doing this where it's like a couple years ago. I think it was the president for Abercrombie and Fitch. Mm-hmm. He just came out and was like, yeah, you know what, we just don't really make clothes for fat people. It's more just like thin people that shop at our store.
What was that?
He just owned it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
What was it?
And everybody's like, oh, what? And he was kind of like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, because let's be honest.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah, don't shop here.
Well, let's
Sorry.
be honest. If they're
You're
not
our
making
target audience.
if they're not making clothing for larger sized people, they're not losing any business by pissing off the fatty people.
They're
right?
not. No,
exactly.
The skinny people aren't going to be like, what? Yeah. They're gonna be
That's
like,
it. I'm
"Oh,
never
cool.
shopping there."
I'm still going to shop there.
You're trying to buy their large T-shirt and they won't even squeeze over one arm.
Yeah, I know.
Pay like $45 for a shirt. Ridiculous.
That's enough of that. We broke that down well.
Yeah. Fatties. One of the topics we always go into on ScruffCast. So the next article. This was an interesting one. From BBC News. Over in the UK, man posed as ex-fiance's mother's ghost.
What?
Yes. A man poses ex-fiance's dead mother in a bid to win her back has been sentenced. Roy Meadwell, 51, from Yeovil, broke the terms of a restraining order when he sent Kay Wimbury a letter pretending to be the ghost of her mother. The letter told Miss Wimbury she had made a, in quotes, terrible mistake in rejecting Meadwell, and added, all you have to do is call him, the Exeter Crown Court heard. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. Meadwell had been banned from contacting Miss Wimbury after assaulting her in December 2016. And he was also banned from entering Cornwall, where she lived, by the restraining order, but visited the county on 4 occasions. They always have these ridiculous named, towns and villages over in the UK. From Yeovil.
Yeah, like West Wilkinsbury. Like, there's so many,
Wimbleberry.
yeah.
Chestershire coast.
Chestershireville.
Yeah. So, in July 2017, Roy Meadwell went to the Willow Moon Psychic Shop in Cornwall for a consultation and took a leaflet which he included in the anonymous letter. The letter did not name Meadwell but spoke of the man who sacrificed everything for you and urged her, all you have to do is call him. Another anonymous message, supposedly from a well-wisher but sent by Meadwell as well, said, OMG, can't you see the greatness in this man? Miss Wimbury told the jury she knew the letters came from Meadwell because they contained details of their life together that only he knew, including a reference to a Christmas ornament which she had been left by her mother and fixed by Meadwell. Recorder Martin Meek told Meadwell, this sentence is suspended for 2 years and it is designed to have the sword of Damocles hanging over you for as long as I can. The restraining order is still in force, and if you contact Kay Wimbury again, you will go straight inside. So basically, he wrote a letter pretending to be this woman's dead mother. Right, being like, oh, you should call him back.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Can't you see the greatness in him? Could you, this guy sounds like he's a little off his rocker here.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's a psycho.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's
You know what, though? You gotta give him
any more
Just
details.
Please be with me. I need
know.
you. He just starts talking.
You gotta at least give it to him, you know what I mean? He's trying.
Oh, he's
It's a
tried his
stretch,
best.
but he's trying all right.
I don't know how much better you can do. Yeah, he sent the letter addressed from her mother. Can you imagine? What the hell's this?
Mom, you died a year ago. I don't know when she died, but
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's call him back.
I just picture her just a ghostly voice. Call him back.
Can't you see the greatness in this man?
English people, they're all just nuts.
Yeah.
It is just ridiculous. But you got to give him props for trying.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. On to another article here. This one's got me a little heated.
Oh, Sassy John's coming out.
John's getting heated.
So this comes from Fox59.com. Lilly Diabetes, who I'm assuming is not a person who has diabetes, but a company. A company
Diabetes.
that has, diabetes-related products or something.
Okay.
Pulls sponsorship decals from Connor Daly, NASCAR drivers, Carr because Derek Daly, the guy's father, used a racial slur in the 1980s. Yeah. Let that sink in for a second.
Was he like NASCAR driver?
A NASCAR driver.
So NASCAR driver got his sponsorship pulled because his father used a racial slur in the 80s.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Let's hear some more.
Lilly Diabetes yanked its sponsorship decals from Connor Daly's NASCAR Xfinity number 6 car Friday, citing Daly's father's use of a racial slur in the early 1980s. A statement from them says, "Our sponsorship in Saturday's race is intended to raise awareness of treatment options and resources for people living with diabetes," said Lilly Diabetes in a statement to NASCAR reporter Chris Knight. "Unfortunately, the comments that surfaced this week by Derek Daly distract from this focus, so we have made the decision that Lilly Diabetes will no longer run the number 6 at Road America this weekend. We remain committed to our mission of supporting people with diabetes." So the race car driver actually tweeted out his thoughts, and he's like, "The last 24 hours have been quite an unnecessarily difficult ride for my family. There is a lot I want to say, but I'm still here and still racing. I appreciate the support from," and then somebody he tagged in the tweet here, "and all of you. Lilly Diabetes has been a big part of my career, and I'm very thankful." Number 6. I would not be thanking Lilly Diabetes.
No,
I'd be telling them to go shove their insulin up their ass. I'll be so mad.
Why would they name it Lilly Diabetes?
Yeah, it's a stupid name,
Yeah.
too.
It's like, Jimmy, you have cancer house. Like, it's just like throwing it in your face. Like, I don't want my colon to be called.
Yeah.
Oh, your grandfather murdered somebody in 1930 and went to prison for it? Sorry, we're going to take your sponsorship away.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's so ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, so I'm trying to find an article that has more details here.
I don't understand why, like, a lot of these companies and stuff aren't, like, standing by people instead of just cowarding away. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll pull our sponsorship. If you got more people that just stood by these people, I mean, unless they do something, like, really terrible, obviously, right? But they just make a little mistake or whatever. Why doesn't someone just come out and say, like, you know what? People make mistakes, and we're going to stand by this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because humans make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't anybody coming out and doing that?
So I found an article here that has a little more details. So, Lilly Diabetes pulled the sponsorship decals from Connor's car on Friday, just before the race the next day on Saturday, over comments his father made more than 30 years ago. So Connor's father...
Right before this guy was even alive.
Yeah, it says here before he was born. So
go.
Connor's father, Derek Daly, who I guess is now he's like a NASCAR announcer or something, admitted to using a racial slur in a live radio interview in the early 1980s on Thursday. So he worked as a freelance racing analyst for Wish TV, admitted to using the N-word during an interview with Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the early 1980s, which led to the station to dissolve its relationship with him this week. So I don't know why this guy admitted this. He just unprovoked. By the way, did you know?
By the way, I dropped the N-bomb
in the early
back in
1980s.
the 80s.
So Larry Henry, who was the radio announcer at the time, told the Indianapolis Star, I guess he was contacted about this, that he recalled freezing on air after the guy dropped the N-bomb, and then he just quickly threw broadcast back to the station. Like one of those, like, back to you guys over there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, though Connor was born in 1991, around a full decade after Derek used the slur on air, Lilly Diabetes said it didn't want the distraction from their cause.
Fuck him.
What?
Yeah, like at that point,
Ridiculous,
it's not even,
right?
Get out
So,
of here.
Connor Daly, who has type 1 diabetes himself,
my God.
partnered with Lilly Diabetes on May 11th. Well, so he's only been partnered with them since May. I would not be thanking them in my tweet.
No,
here.
and considering that this guy has diabetes, so he's also trying to bring awareness to it too, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll partner with this diabetes thing,
Yeah.
and we can all do great work together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they pull this.
Oh,
That's-
how
yeah,
pissed would
that's
you be at your dad? But like, here's the thing.
I wouldn't be mad at him actually.
Well,
I wouldn't. I'd be like, that was your thing you did. I don't
like that
understand
was your mistake,
That's
not mine.
your deal, not
yeah.
my mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But I'd be like,
is
why
he
are you
paying
bringing it
for
up now?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly it. Like, are you responsible for anything anybody related to you has ever said
You're not responsible for anything anyone else does.
besides yourself? Exactly.
Besides
Yeah,
yourself.
like he,
Yeah.
like
Maybe like your children if you have children.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Whatever.
you,
But you know what I
can't
mean?
control what happened before you're even born. Like, it's ridiculous.
No.
No, and then
That's-
Lilly Diabetes, they try to be all like, oh, we don't stand with this. Even though it was 30 years ago, we're not partnering with Connor Daly anymore.
So stupid.
That's-
This is like
stupid.
so ridiculous. If I was this guy, I'd be fuming. I'd be
Yeah,
like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm never working with diabetes again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't even
the
form the
shreds.
sentence because this is pissing me off.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if I was this guy, I'd be fuming.
Oh, yeah.
That would be like, okay, you got a kid on the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be like, maybe 30 years from now, your kid loses his job because they're like, back on the ScruffCast in 2018, you guys made fun of fatties, and now it's against the law to be fat phobic. He'll be like, Jesus Christ,
that may happen. And
that's
you
like
know
the shit
it's
we're doing
already-
now,
yeah,
right?
it's already happened.
That's like the shit we're doing now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bizarre it is. Like, 20 years from now, getting in trouble for kids even born. That's crazy.
That's just insane.
Yeah,
Absolutely insane.
that's bizarre.
I'd be, furious if I was
Yeah.
him.
I'll be furious too. So, like, I kind of have the feeling that Lily Diabetes did this just to be like, to get more attention, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's almost a better way of being a sponsor. Like, who cares about a little Lily Diabetes decal on the back
This
of the
literally
car?
cost them nothing.
This literally cost them nothing. And their story's making the ScruffCast. And like I've said before, when you make the ScruffCast, your story's a big deal.
I try to get like a sugar sponsorship after that.
Yeah.
Just something to really piss them off. You know what I mean?
Like-
right where that one used to be.
So, like,
Snickers chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Like a big, like, Hostess Twinkie.
Yeah.
I changed the mascot to, like, a giant Twinkie running around. The Lily Twinkies.
That'd be funny.
That'd be awesome.
We got anything else? Is that it?
And just the question upon it for this week.
Oh!
And the hero of the week. And the jabroni of the
man, I
week.
almost forgot about this again.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that's it for the articles this week. But we end every podcast by looking back on the week's articles and picking out our hero of the week, our jabroni of the week.
Okay. John, you want to start it off with the jabroni of the week?
So I'm a little heated right now.
And on a positive note.
Yeah, I'm a little heated right now because we just read the article, but I almost want to make Lily Diabetes the jabroni of the week.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
that's-
I know it's like a recency bias, a recency of the past 30 seconds, but
Yeah, just to get any more reason than that.
I am also going to take Lily Diabetes as jabroni of the week.
I'm thinking Lily Diabetes.
There we go.
3 for 3. Official jabroni of the week. Week. Lily
Now-
Diabetes, you've been shamed.
Hero of the week.
Hero of the
John,
week.
Who do you got?
This one's a little tough. I almost want to give it to the man who posed as the fiance's mother's ghost, just for the confidence.
Yeah, like
Like-
he really has a love for that woman.
That's true as well. But I did say he
It's
assaulted her,
also
but
psychotic at
it
the
didn't
same
go into details. But it's like, so it makes it a little uneasy.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like there wasn't many heroes in this week's articles.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, let's hear it.
The guy who pepper sprayed the hairdresser.
Oh!
You know what? He took one for the rest of us,
Yeah.
you know? Hairdressers all around the world will be on edge now. Like, hey, I got to make a really good haircut here. you
It's
know?
like when there's like a terrorist
make a
attack,
good-
right?
yeah.
Like
you never know when you get pepper
if
sprayed.
there's a terrorist attack or something, you're like, ooh, now you're afraid of flying and stuff.
Exactly.
Now women-
hairdressers are a little more on edge.
They're a little more on edge cutting hair.
Take a little more precautions when
To
cutting
take
hair,
one of your
so.
terms, you would probably say it's a veteran move.
It's a veteran
He
move.
took
Yeah.
one for the team.
He took one
Yeah.
for all of us.
Putting these hairdressers on edge. You know what? I think that's a better pick.
Thank you.
I gotta say. And I'm assuming you agree, Anthony?
Yeah, no, that's
Veteran move. I feel like a veteran move makes you a shoe-in. You're like a first ballot ScruffCast Hero of the Week.
Yeah, for sure.
We should be compiling a list. Maybe if we had like a ScruffCast.com, we could put it on there, which we don't have, but maybe one day. Maybe one day if you guys would email us at scruffcast@gmail.com or tweet us at ScruffCast, then we'd be able to set up a website. We get some merch. ScruffCast taking over, making Hump Days great again.
ScruffCast keychains.
Yeah.
ScruffCast coasters.
You want a little ScruffCast
Keep
onesie for your
tables dry
dog?
at all times.
a couple T-shirts in assorted sizes.
Yeah.
The extra larges will
The
cost
extra large,
more.
100% they'll cost more. Yeah, you should reach out to us because then you can give us your answers to the question to ponder.
Which is, here we go. The question to ponder for next week is. I lost it. Hold on. There we go. You find a book and begin to read, only to discover that it is telling the story of your life. You get to the point where you are now. Do you turn the page knowing you will not be able to change the events to come? So it's pretty much like, do you want to know what your future holds, in a sense?
Yeah.
You're reading this book. If you turn the page, you know what's happening next, and you can't change anything about it.
And then, but here's a question.
Would you keep reading?
I'll save my questions for next week.
That's right. Save your questions for next week.
Yes. So if you have an answer to the question to ponder, email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Tweet at us on Twitter, @ScruffCast. Follow us on YouTube. Give us a thumb up. Write your answer to the question to ponder just in the comments right there.
We'll
Do
read
it.
There we go.
Do it. Okay.
All right.
And if you have feedback about our special guest, maybe you like him, maybe you didn't. He'll never hear it because he doesn't actually listen.
Oh!
Or because
Yeah,
maybe his
yeah,
internet
yeah.
will still be down.
The roost is
my-
over. The internet may
I've
still be down.
I've been having internet problems.
Ever since we came back from Chicago,
A
it's just
long
been
time.
crazy.
The one internet cable in New Brunswick got cut.
Living under a rock.
All right, well,
All right.
I think that'll do it for this week.
Yeah, that's the end of episode 33 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next.
Distracting, got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.